Good day everyone, my name is Priti Shalini and I will be presenting the introduction of our textbook evaluation. For this assignment, our group selected the Hodder English 3rd edition Year 8 student book published by Hodder Education. This textbook is mainly designed for lower secondary school students and focuses on developing all 4 English language skills, which are reading, writing, listening and speaking. Besides that, it also helps students to improve their grammar, vocabulary, creativity and critical thinking through different classroom activities. After looking through the textbook, our group decided to evaluate Chapter 3, The Making of Myths and Legends. We felt that this chapter represents the textbook well because it combines different language skills into one unit instead of teaching them separately. As we can see from this chapter, students are first introduced to myths and legends through interesting reading texts from different cultures, including Malaysian and Indian stories. After that, they continue with vocabulary and spelling exercises to strengthen their understanding of the text. The chapter also includes speaking and listening activities where students discuss ideas, express opinions, and even take part in debates. Toward the end of the chapter, students apply what they have learned through creative writing by producing their own modern myth or legend. So the learning process is organized step by step, making it easier for students to understand and use the language. The reason our group chose this chapter is because it provides a good balance between language learning and classroom interaction. It doesn't only focus on grammar or reading comprehension, but also gives students many opportunities to communicate, work together, and think critically. We also found that the theme of myths and legends is interesting because it can capture students' attention and encourage them to participate more actively during lessons. Overall, we believe that Chapter 3 is a suitable chapter for evaluating this textbook because it clearly demonstrates how different language skills, exercises, and classroom activities are integrated to create an engaging and meaningful English learning experience.
Hi, my name is Manusri Dharmarajan. Today I'm going to present my program and course evaluation part. Alright, overall I will say that the program was successfully implemented and achieved the most of the intended objective. Throughout the lessons, the students were actively involved in the different stages of the learning. They participate in the activities and show the positive engagement. I also used the combination of the textbook materials, authentic learning materials, and also the technology. This helped create more interactive and also supportive learning environment. Alright, these different approaches also encourage the student to communicate, collaborate, and also participate actively during the lessons. Another positive aspect was the organization of the lesson sequence. The activity were arranged by step, which allowed the student gradually develop their listening, reading, and also writing skills. Based on the course evaluation, most of the learning outcomes were achieved. Most of the students were able to understand the lesson content, complete the assigned and tasks that apply the language skills they had the learning during the activities. The course materials were able to suitable for the students' proficiency levels. They help the student to improve the vocabulary, comprehension, and also the writing skills. They monitor their progress are used to formative assessment, classroom discussion, and also the interactive activities. This helped me identify who the strengths of the areas they needed to more support. However, there are a few students who needed additional guidance, especially during the writing activities. This showed me that not all the students at the same time pace or some students require more individual support. Overall, I will say that the course was conducted satisfactorily and also achieved the most of the learning objective. For the future lesson, I think the program could be improved by the including more differentiated activities and also additional practice for the students who need extra support. This will allow every student to learn accordingly their own ability and the pace. Thank you.
Good day everyone, I'm Kavina Subramaniam. My metric number is MC240527632. Today I'm going to present the language skills and exercises. The Hodder English Year 8 Student Book 3rd edition develops the 4 main language skills: which is reading, writing, speaking, and listening. Each unit combines this skill through different tasks, allowing students to use the English in meaningful and real-life situations. The book includes a variety of exercises such as reading comprehension, grammar and vocabulary practice, creative writing, pair discussion, role plays, and presentations. This activity helps students improve their communication skills while building confidence in using English. Another strength of the book is that the exercises move from guided practice to independent tasks, making them suitable for students with different proficiency levels. Overall, the language skills and exercises are well balanced, engaging, and effective in helping students to develop their English proficiency.
Good morning, everyone. In today's recording, I will discuss the activities and practical concerns of Chapter 3, the making of myths and legends. So from these, teachers can engage in interactive activities to assist students in comprehending the stories and enhancing their English language ability. So students also may read, analyze myths, identify characters, setting, plot, conflict, and also the moral lessons of the story, and compare different myths from other culture. Students also may participate in group discussion such as role play, storytelling, story writing. With this, they may be involved in creative activities such as story mapping, making comic strips, posters, and presentation aid students in improving their creativity by in a collaboration work throughout the group. And with that, they may explain and communicate within themselves. However, there are some practical consideration. Teachers must observe textbook should be age appropriate because sometimes difficult vocabulary is explained through culture and religious, and this could be a difference in the stories are taken into account. Teachers have to organize time effectively and give clear instructions and ensure that all students are actively involved in activities. So last but not least, this will help students to enhance their literacy skills. So that's all for my presentation. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Priya here. I'll be talking about the weakness and also the strengths from the Lower Secondary English 8th 3rd edition book. Firstly, the textbook actually has many advantages, but it also has some disadvantages as well. So when I want to talk about the strength actually covers in 4 language skills, including their reading, writing skills, and also speaking and listening as well, which covers the 4 main criteria. It also focuses on grammar and vocabs as well, which helps the student to develop their overall English proficiency. But another advantage that I would like to talk about is that the textbook is well organized and also it's very engaging. The textbook has a variety of activities that actually encourage students to participate and also understand the instruction more well, which also helps them to develop their critical thinking skills, their creativity, and also their collaboration skills as well. This makes the student to understand the textbook more easier and the student to follow and understand the instruction more well as well. However, there are some weakness as well in the textbook that I feel one of the textbook has it might be challenging for some weaker learners because they need some additional support from the teachers. Some activities also may require some more materials and guidance and supplementary materials to help these students to understand the task more well. Besides that, we are also limited opportunities for the personalized learning since students have different abilities in learning as well. Some students may require more practice and additional activities that provided in the textbook. Overall, although the textbook has some limitation, it has also advantages than disadvantages. It is a very useful learning resources that can actually support in developing students' English language skills as well. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Reshma here. So lastly, to conclude, Hodder Cambridge Checkpoint Lower Secondary English 8 is an effective textbook for developing students and English language skills. It encourages communication, creativity, critical thinking, and collaboration through different activities. So, although some students may need extra support, teachers can overcome these challenges through proper planning and adaptation. Overall, it is a useful resource for English language learning. Thank you.